Hi everybody, this is another episode of my houseplant collection. This time I want to talk about houseplants that don't need a lot of light or sunlight. So these plants I've pretty much collected on this table are the plants that I really recommend for people who don't have a lot of windows or supplemental lighting like fluorescent lights or grow lights. So let me start ahead. Look at these flowers here, and well, these are the section of the house plants that have flowers or gives like beautiful blossoms. So here is a typical example, which is the African violet, and here is the Phalaenopsis orchid. So these plants give out nice blossoms without the requirement of a lot of light. And the this one particularly, the violets, are really easy to take care of, and pretty much they're always in bloom all year round. The Phalaenopsis, yeah, it might need some time to have it bloom again, or um, you know, have them on display with their blooms. But they're quite relatively inexpensive to acquire for the home, so you could get them um, from grocery groceries and supermarkets. So they're quite easy to to acquire or buy from local stores. So those are the flower bearing variety of low light requirement plants. Here are the other low requirement plants that I recommend. Here is the Peperomia. Um, this is the Fittonia, and this is the Dracaena, Dracaena marginata. So the good thing about these three plants, the Dracaena or the dragon plant, and then the Fittonia, and then the Peperomia, is that they don't require a lot of light, but they vigorously grow under house conditions. Um, One particularly important thing to note is that the Fittonia might need a lot of moisture compared to the other two. The Peperomia and the Dracaena don't really require much moisture in the potting medium. The Fittonia would a little bit need a little bit more of moisture, so I have a wicking mechanism here, which I just have a string that goes into the medium, and then I just have a pool of water here that keeps the soil moist all the time. The Peperomia, I do the same thing because it doesn't really care much about with the soil being moist all the time. It actually likes it, so I just keep it in the same way too. But the Dracaena, I almost do it only once a week, and it doesn't really mind. It still grows, and it has multiple growths at the bottom. See, yeah. So I guess there are like two or three growths there. So that's good, and I like this tree also because they are natural air filters in the house. So yeah, that's good. They remove all of the bad toxins in the house, like aromatics, benzenes, all those chemicals that come up from your paints, and and the walls and the ceilings. And then the last one that I would like to show you is this terrestrial orchid, which is also known as the jewel orchid, because it's known for its iridescent leaves. Not much for the blooms of this one. The blooms are fine. They look like very small white flowers, but they're known for much more of their foliage. And the good thing about this is that they don't require a lot of light. And just like the Fittonia, you just have to keep the potting mix moist all the time. The potting mix is mostly bark chips and peat moss, just like for the Fittonia and the other guys here. These guys are, I think, are just peat moss, and also the Peperomia, and they're doing rather well. I got this from IKEA, this two, and then that one from an orchid nursery, and then this one from a local garden center, and then the Phalaenopsis from Home Depot. So these are my low light plants that I would recommend for people who are starting their own house plant collection, and they're quite easy to take care of. Just have to make sure that the soil is relatively moist but not soggy wet, so they should be fine. And that's pretty much it. You just don't really have to think of like how much light that they have they are receiving, and there would really be taking off and growing a lot of leaves and color. They would add a lot of color to your house, and that's pretty much it. Okay, so if you like this video, just give me a thumbs up, and I'll keep on posting new videos for you guys. See you soon. Do you like those plants? Oh. Do you like just what do you want to do? I just want to like sniff on the flowers. Alright. Okay. See, bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.